Shame on you for that. But then it says, fool me twice, shame on me. Now I need, because I know better. I knew that there was weaknesses, that you had the propensity of doing what you did.
Right.
An instance happened to me years ago where this person took one of the contracts and said, "Oh, I'll get it signed for you. I'll get it signed." And it was some messy stuff. She wanted to go get it signed. I'm like, well, sure, go ahead and get it signed and get it back to me. She knew the person more than I did. She made the referral. She knew the person, and I'll get it signed and I'll get it done. Well, somehow she had the woman to initial and cross out, because on a contract, if you initial and cross out and both parties initial it, then it gives, then it, you can make that alteration or change. Well, she did that and changed the commission on there and then brought it back to the other person and talked to them and got them to sign it as well. And we turned it in, and it's in my busyness, didn't check behind them, trusting them, didn't check behind them, and said, and sent it on to the title company. Sent it on there, got closer to closing times. They sent me my closing packet so that they let me know what my commission is, how much the seller has to bring to the table, if anything, and how much the buyer has to bring to the table, if anything. I'm looking at this commission. I'm like, wait a minute. What? What? So, oh my God, it just changed the whole trajectory. And I went back to the individual. I didn't go to you or you. No, I went back to that individual and questioned, inquired. And they were probably waiting for how long is this going to take for her to realize this. So, see, when you have trust in a person, you don't go back and write a man. You let your guards down. There you go. And so then when I went back and trusted, it went back to the person. And it got to the point where the other person didn't have extra money to bring to the table and all this other stuff. So it got down to the point where everybody looking at me, well, she don't have enough and the seller don't want to let up any more money. And what we going to do? Looking at me with the commission that they had already kind of initialed off on. I'm like, okay, you did this. You didn't. And I said that in actuality, I did it because I didn't check it. But yet you did this by doing this and, so like from then on, I'm like, my trust level was, no more. I do not trust you. You did this, da, da, da. So another situation came up, and I'm like, no, I knew better to ever trust her to touch or to be a runner or to help out or, or do anything like that, without me double checking, triple checking behind her because of the burnt that I received. So there are boundaries you have to put up. But there's boundaries you got to do that. There's things you got to do to put those boundaries up, to be able to do that and not do it with a hatred with your heart, not do it with the anger in your heart, because I had something to do with that as well by trusting the person. But like in America, we're supposed to trust a person or a person, not a person. Don't let that. What do they say? A person's not guilty until they're found out to be guilty. In other words, I've been tried, by courts, and then they're considered guilty. But you learn, and you learn what type, caliber, and character of person you're dealing with. And if you're dealing with a person that kind of likes to do underhanded things, they always kind of have some little shadiness going on and some things. You need to know what you're working with. Know those that labor among you. Know them. And don't let yourself. So that was a part of that. Effective communication strategy and preventing future misunderstandings. Prevent future misunderstandings. That means that's the obligation you have. You got some work to do. Prevent future misunderstandings. Then it says setting healthy boundaries to protect yourself. You got to do something to protect yourself. Maybe if you got to take an extra hour, get up early or go to bed late, you do what you got to do to cover you. Cover yourself. So now I let that happen a second time. Fool me once, shame on her for doing that. Changing the commission and changing things, and I trusted her. But the second time, shame on me. I'm the fault. You're the fault that you keep on letting these patterns happen again and again. So for that, the trust level is totally dissolved in that area, and I have to learn how to protect myself.
Right, that's it. That's what you got to do. Our next one is a conflict resolution, navigating difficult conversations, how to approach the person who betrayed you, constructive confrontation versus destructive reactions. The role of forgiveness is moving forward. How to approach the person who betrayed you. That can be a difficult thing to do sometimes.
Very.
It can be difficult. The person that betrayed, and especially they know that they betrayed you. And I think sometimes a person really know they betrayed, I think they're just really waiting on you. Just to come to them. Sometimes they maybe have their guns cocked, loaded, ready for you. You know, hey, you said what? You know, to be able to go off and this type of thing. But you have to be have wisdom when it comes to approaching somebody that have betrayed you, because it can get worse than what it is.
Oh yeah,
it can really get ugly. So you got to be careful in how you handle that person once there has been an issue between you all, because the conflict has occurred. Constructive confrontation versus destructive confrontation. Somewhat it's the same thing, because when you go to the person, sometimes even the Bible says a soft answer turns away wrath.
Just get ready to go there.
A soft answer. Somebody that have done you wrong and then you confront them. Sometimes it depends on the tone of voice that this person have with you.
They go low. They go high, you go low.
That's going to cause you what you do. It's going to cause your reaction. Yeah. If you go to them and they go to get loud and ignorant and saying, I didn't do this when they know they did, and this time, you know, this is the thing that would cause you to really have a destructive reaction.
Right. Because, and you're not listening because you're trying the words are so
trying to solve. I'm trying to solve this problem. I want to solve this.
Right.
You know, I want us to come together. I want to solve this, and I don't want to have no animosity toward you and this type of thing, but I want to have peace between us.
Right.
But when you come in a tone that's not really good, a loud tone, and you know, saying different things, it can cause that very situation to be very get a destructive, reactive. So you don't want it to be worse. So you want to be able to try to smooth it over. Sometimes they would always say, sometimes you got to give up the right for the wrong. They would say. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just have to, something you just have to deal with. In this life, something you're just going to have to deal with. If you can resolve it, great. If you can't resolve it, I mean, there's nothing, you can't make anybody do anything. But you can try all you can to try and resolve the situation, whatever it might be. But let's just keep, if it's still a problem, let's keep talking about it. Let's keep talking about it until we can get to the point to where we can get it resolved. If it's not resolved, go back to the table. Let's go back to the, pull that person in the room. Hey, let's shut the door. Come on, we got to resolve this. This ain't God way. This ain't a good way for us to be toward one another.
That's so uncomfortable.
It is. Yeah, that's what it says.
High tension that brings on high blood pressure.
Yeah, sure it will.
It brings on, you know, butterflies in your stomach.
Animosity and all that stuff can build up.
It just brings on a lot of things, and that is easier said than it is done.
Yeah, right.
Because no one's wanting to be strictly, completely, you know, let's put it like this. When someone, and that out of those two parties that are having this, these destructive reactions, when they're not wanting to be fully forthright and honest to the point of, you know what, yes. And I think that the best thing is to let a person know that does hurt. That hurts.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm not going to act like, well, I'm okay. I'm good. No, I'm not good.
That's it.
No, I'm not okay with this. This does bother me. This is concerning. This bothers me.
Yeah.
And now that I know that this bothers you, and I'm addressing it properly to the other party, letting them know that it bothers me.
Yeah.
Now, those other two steps we talked about, preventing future misunderstandings is on you.
Right.
And also setting up healthy boundaries to protect you.
Right.
That's on you. That's on you. If you keep allowing this person to do these things, and you're not protecting your own self, your own sanity, because you don't want to snap on this person and go off. But there is a thing called self-control. Yeah. You got to control yourself. You got to control yourself, and that, you know, don't give that person so much power. You know, you don't give away your power. You letting that person get you so upset, getting you so angry to the point that you're now, having all these other issues coming up. You're giving away some power there. You're giving away some power.
If you the thing to do is and the last thing I said, a role of forgiveness is moving forward. Go back to the person, go back to the people, a person, whatever the case may be.
More than
go
once.
back to